The US president has issued a warning to Russia as the country remains tight-lipped on the proposed ceasefire with Ukraine for 30 days. Trump said that financially the US can do things very bad for Russia and things that would be devastating for Russia when asked about the possibility of Washington imposing sanctions to pressure Moscow into accepting the ceasefire with Kiev, which Ukraine has already agreed to. Trump was speaking in the Oval Office during a visit by Martin of Ireland. The US president said that negotiators were headed to Russia right now for talks.
We have a full ceasefire if it kicks in. We have to see. It's up to Russia now. But we've had a good relationship with both parties, actually, and we'll see.
U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio said that Washington wanted Moscow's agreement with no strings attached on a plane heading to a G7 meeting in Canada. Rubio said that's what the U.S. wants to know if Russia is prepared to do it unconditionally.
If their response is yes, then we know we've made real progress and there's a real chance of peace. If their response is no, it would be highly unfortunate and it would make their intentions clear. So that's what we're hoping to hear from them.
Vladimir Putin visited Russian troops who have made gains against Ukrainian forces battling to keep Russian territory seized in an offensive last year. Putin visited the Kursk region. In his first visit to this region since Ukraine launched its shock counteroffensive in August last year, Putin, dressed in army camouflage, hailed the recent gains and urged his troops on. It's not often that you see Vladimir Putin adorning the camouflage dress. Now, Putin urged the army to fully liberate the Kursk region as Ukraine hinted that it is pulling troops back in the face of rapid Russian advances.
To completely liberate the territory of the Kursk region, to restore the situation along the state borderline. And of course we need to think, I would ask you to think in the future about creating a security zone along the state border. We need to think about this too.
Chief of General Staff Valery Gerasimov told Putin that Russia's forces have retaken 24 settlements in the border region over the last 5 days. Minutes after footage of Putin's remarks aired on Russian state TV, Ukraine's army commander suggested that his troops were in fact pulling back to minimize losses.
Armata!